1 year later. Once dragon fought man in a war called the Scourging. Mankind vanquished the dragons thanks to the efforts of 8 heroes. These 8 mighty generals brought peace to Eleb. The continent was divided into nations, and the people enjoyed an easy prosperity. The hero Hartmut settled in the east and founded Bern, famed for its military might. Saint Elamine moved west, and her sacred name flourished among the artisans of Etruria. The horseman Pennon's legacy lived on with the nomads of his beloved plains of Sakai. The birthplace of the knight Berrigan is now home to the renowned Knights of Ilia. The Berserker Durban's final glory was to create a warrior's clan in the Western Isles. The Archsage Athos is said to have retired to the barren wasteland of Nevada. Well, that was... The heirs of the champion Roland themselves became the lords of the Lyncian League. Eleb has enjoyed a peace that spans 980 years. Wow, that's a long peace. Allowing the message, whatever, which would try to avoid that. No, I've not played Fire Emblem. Well, actually, I did once start playing it quite a few years back. I didn't actually play far, and I don't remember anything about it. Well, not properly. I know very little about Fire Emblem 6. I knew a few things, but less than about Fire Emblem 7. And it might be a follow-up project to Fire Emblem 7. Assuming that I want to stream Three Houses once it's out, but I'll probably finish Eliwood mode and Hector mode before then. So I might squeeze in Fire Emblem 6 after Fire Emblem 7. Because it's just fitting to have these two right after another. How much longer can this peace stand before its foundations begin to crumble? Deep within the Lyncian League lies Feray, a land that has known no conflict for many generations, but which now finds itself touched by a shadow of unease. Its beloved and benevolent ruler, Lord Elbert, has mysteriously vanished, as have a number of his sworn men and loyal knights who serve at his side. A month has passed without word from the Marquess. Rumor of his death abound. However, the Marquess's son believes his father lives, and he has vowed to find him. Marquess Ferray's son, Eliwood, a red-haired youth who will one day become the finest knight in all of Lucia. His long journey begins here. Eliwood route. Yay. I first need to finish the game once so that I can unlock Hector mode, I assume. What that means. Because I wasn't thrown to a choice screen. Right. Lord Eliwood, relieve on your word. I see. Thank you, Marcus. Mother, it's time for us to go. Ellwood, promise that you will return to me safely. I'm worried about your father, but if anything were to happen to you, my heart could not bear that sorrow. I know, Mother. Please do not worry. Father is alive, I know it. I vow that I will find him and return him to your side. I have your word then. Yes, of course. Isadora, I entrust my mother to you in my absence. Yes, my lord. I'll guard over her well. Mother, I will return. Rest easy. Right. Well, Marcus, it looks like it's just the two of us. Not so, my lord. My man Lowen will be traveling with us. Lowen? That's reassuring. I've sent him ahead to the village. He hopes to seek out a few able men who are skilled at arms. I don't know what you want to say. Mean like something like young, or I don't know. He at least does not resemble her very much. Maybe that's what you want to imply, but I don't know. Right. Normally I wouldn't venture forth without a larger company, but I bow to your will on this matter, Lord Ellwood. I'm sorry, Marcus, but I would rather not deprive my mother of even a single guard. The best knights in the realm disappeared with my father. If anything were to happen to my mother while I'm gone, I understand, my lord. What's keeping Lowen? Yes, where is your man? We've all heard that the knights of Veray have vanished, right? Well, your misfortune is my good luck. I have an announcement to make. As of now, this village is mine. Grozny? I wouldn't even know how to pronounce a Y followed by an I. Is your new liege. Now bring every last piece of gold down to the smallest flack. Lord Ellwood, Commander Marcus, Lowen, calm yourself. A knight must be in control at all times. The village is under attack. It's bandits. What? Bandits? Here? Are you sure, Lowen? This girl has more details. This girl has got more details. My Lord Ellwood? I'm the daughter of the village magistrate. My name is Rebecca. The bandits came without warning. They're stealing everything. I beg you, please help us. I see. Marcus, Lowen, we must aid the village. Yes, my lord. Rebecca, stay here, and keep out of sight. If it pleases you, my lord, I would rather fight. I hunt almost every day, and I have some skill with a bow. Is that so? Very well, but be careful. Yes, my lord. Why are all the archers likable? It's making it too hard to decide. Lord Ellwood, one more thing. There's another in the village who has offered to help. A traveling tactician who was staying at the inn. A tactician? Yes, my lord, this is Eben. Yes, hello, it is I. Eben! Do you know this person, my lord? Yes, I've met Eben during the trouble in Kalin last year. A fantastic military advisor, if memory serves. If not for Eben, the Marquess of Kalin and his granddaughter, Lynn, might not have survived Lundgren's uprising. What brings you to Veray, my friend? Hello, I cannot speak. Huh, still traveling about honing your skills. Of course. A worthy pursuit. Let's give thanks to Providence for our chance reunion. We have need of your aid. Please lend us your skill. Right, so we've got the third Cavalier with Lowen being D-rank in both. That's nice. And from what I've heard, Lowen is the defensive one out of the three. I like my Cavalier's tanky, so that's good. That's a big plus in my book. Right. Gotta make sure that I can reach the village as soon as possible. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. How much damage do you deal? 10? And Rebecca? 7. Hollywood? 10 damage. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine too. A balanced Cavalier is also useful. I much prefer that to a speedy but frail Cavalier at any rate. Rapier got 7 might. How much might does the Iron Sword have? 5. But you dealt 10 damage to this one with your Rapier. Yes. So let's start with that. Oh, right. I need to turn on animations because I have set to solo because of healers. Any case, we were level 2. Hollywood starts as level 1. So maybe I should give him some kills. We were level 1 at the beginning too. Okay. Drag him down. There we go. There we are. And Marcus. Which weapons do you have? Let me check something. Requires rank D. And which weapon rank does Hollywood start with? C. So I could give him the steel sword, actually. Trade. This way you won't be using up the rapier from the get-go. There we go. Look, Dorcas, can you believe it? It's just like that knight said. That's Lord Ellwood. So it seems. What's he doing? Hey, he's taking on those bandits. Protecting innocents? That's the right lordly thing to do, isn't it? Right, Dorcas? You talk too much. The lordling needs our help. Right. Leave these mountain weaklings to me. I'm Bartra the Brave. Yay, Bartra and Dorcas. Man. They're both memes, and they're both great because of it. Let's see. Dorcas the best. I'm so gonna use Dorcas. Ooh, he comes up with an energy ring. Ooh. And he comes with a hand axe. That's even better. Let's see. You start with level 5 and level 2, right? Because I used Dorcas, he starts with level 5. That's leftover XP too. But as I can't use both in... I won't be able to use every character, so I'll be using Dorcas. Bartra will have to... Maybe when I play Hector mode, when I do a second playthrough, I'll use Bartra instead of Dorcas. But Dorcas for now. Let's see. wait. Let's shoot at this one instead. Maybe if I start by... whatever. Let's just poke at this one with the arrows of Rebecca's bow. I can give her later kills anyway. Not a kill. Right, but I think I will need someone to attack this one. Ooh, that's nice. How much con do you have? Con. I assume the steel sword won't slow you down. Yeah, it does not. It actually weighs exactly 10. In that case, do this. No, let's do this. Nice dodge. And let's trade the weapon over to Lowen to take care of the archer. Items. No, trade. Steel for iron sword. And sink him. Ooh, crit. Good job, Lowen. As for here, Dorcas. Do the honors. There we are. Level up. HP, strength, skill, and luck. Nice. Alright, visit the village. Is Lord Albert well? We've heard nothing but foul rumors hereabouts. All of Ferray is worried for his well-being. We hear that Lord Eliwood is going to find the Marquess. This dragon shield is our village treasure. It boosts the defenses of the one who uses it. Eddie 186. Thanks for the follow. Take it, please. And may it see you and Lord Albert home safely. Break your shield. That they are. That's the face of a winner. Okay. What's the weight on? Well, I can check next turn. 13 weight. So the steel lance would only slow him down by 3. Well, okay, 3 is not that little, but compared to what some others have to go through, well, okay, iron weapons, that's a different story. Braid. You can carry these things. I'll have Bartre carry the iron axe for now. I've played well, there's a difference between ones I've played and ones I've finished. I've actually played a few more than I've finished. The ones I've actually finished are Awakening and Fates, as well as Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. And yeah, I've spent so many hours in Awakening and Fates. I've had so many playthroughs. Insane amount of hours. But yeah, so I'm basically going through the older Fire Emblem games is the goal. I've almost played through Fire Emblem Path of Radiance entirely, but shortly before the end, shortly before the final mission, a few chapters earlier, I didn't feel like it anymore, so I stopped. The first Fire Emblem game that I ever played was Radiant Dawn, but I never finished it because, well, back then, I was pretty bad, and since Radiant Dawn had the difficulty mistranslation. I played on the wrong difficulty. Yeah. I just wanted to clarify that I wasn't going to list all of just games that I've finished, but also games that I just started and never finished. That's why I specified that much. Dorcas, can you... No, you can't reach. Hollywood, can you... Out with the Iron Sword. Lowen? Toss the Javelin? Nice. Hit. But yeah, so basically I've played most of the localized games, a bit at least. The ones that I've never played are Sacred Stones and the Marv game. Raid. First up, you take the sword into your main thing, and I'll pick the steel sword over back to whatever. Here we go. Status? Ah, you can see my funds here. Okay. Both can attack Elliewood, but that should be fine. Except for if he gets slowed down a lot by the steel sword. What's your con? Get slowed down by 3? I doubt that they're faster. Yeah. They only have 5 speed, so they're 1 speed faster, basically. And go over there. Let's visit, even if it isn't really doing much. There's a young traveler staying... There's a young traveler been staying with the magistrate. Been staying in the village for a few days now. I know you're thinking it's just another good-for-nothing courtier looking for a handout, but there's something more to this one. Those eyes, they miss nothing. Got a mission that one has. Okay. Good job dodging. That wouldn't have been very nice on the bot. Getting hit is never nice, but would have almost been 50% of HP. And since I don't have a healer just yet, I'd rather not get hit. Can you finish one off? Not quite. I don't think I have anyone that can deal little enough damage to weaken, though. Yeah, no. Let's do this. Level up. Ooh, that's a good level up. All across the board, except for skill, I think it was? Pretty sure it was skill. That's nice. Right over there. What weapon rank does she have in bows? D. So technically she should be able to use, Right, it was a vendor, not an armory. I was hoping that I could buy a steel bow for... Yeah, the level up was pretty cool. At least let's have her get some XP from poking at the enemy. Right. Just use the steel sword again. Level up! Okay, Elliewood. Strength, skill, speed, res. Ooh. As well as HP. Not bad either. Let's see. Do these bandits carry around anything else than an iron axe? No. So let's lure over one of them. So I'm gonna trade the swords so that Lowen carries the steel sword, because it's actually pretty good on him. Because he loses no speed from it. Bartray and Dorcas. Go. Nice dodge. Here we are. That'll do. This way I can give some XP to Rebecca. Right, that was her name. Now attack. Not sure if I'll use her long term, but can't hurt to have a archer that's actually got some levels in. At least for the early game. Oh, cool. The enemy can actually reach Rebecca, the enemy archer. In that case, I'll keep my units the way they are now, pretty much. Okay, how many vulneraries do I have? I have 1, 2. Okay, yeah. Bartray, buy me. I'll buy 2, just in case. There we go. Now I won't have to worry about vulneraries for a while. Here. Okay. Nice of the enemies to not have any crit rate. Can you? No, you already deal too much damage. Right, Elliewood. You weaken down this double. Well, that's the situation. Well, she might as well just poke some more. Let someone else get the kill. Let's see. Elliewood is level 2 and the low one is level 3, so Elliewood. You go. Pick up the kill. Nice. Okay. There we go. And turn. Now, does Elliewood already double? No, not the bandits. That's fine. Just strike once more. Wow. Did I? No, I didn't get hit a single time on this map so far. And I don't think that will change. Because the boss doesn't move and he's got a melee weapon only. Ooh, skill, speed, luck, and defense. Would this happen to be my defensive archer? Wait here. Dorcas, you go over there and turn. Well. What is this? A pack of children come into play? You think you can challenge me? What, Ferang Knights? But that's impossible! I think I misinterpreted the emotion that he would have put behind those words. Oh well. That was worth a try, I guess. The javelin's not even worth a try. Good. Okay. Strike once more. This is going to take a while. Unless I can have... kind of tempted of not with the prospect of not being hit a single time in this chapter. I'm gonna voice all sorts of generic people with all sorts of wrong emotional input. They can pay for my travel expenses while they're at it. Slowly chipping away. He's gonna get a level up. If not from the kill, then from the XP gained from shooting at the boss. Yep. That's gonna happen. But yeah, speaking of the remake, that would be pretty cool to, since they do want to make more remakes, it'd be pretty cool if Fire Emblem 6 and 7 would be turned into one game and end up on the Switch or something. Because, from what I've heard, the Japanese version of Fire Emblem 6 can import the save data from Fire Emblem 7 and affect the game somehow, depending on your pairings that you did. Which is kinda interesting. Which is something I'd love to see. Maybe in a remake they could actually affect hair colors too. Like the, well, technically genealogy and, well, the modern games, but genealogy did it first. So I guess some people wouldn't be too happy about seeing characters change their hair color from their original design. Ugh, I thought my luck was finally turning around. Forgot what voice I gave him before. I think it was a bit different. Oh well. Level up. Strength, speed, and luck. Doesn't look like a defensive archer this time around. We won the battle without getting hit once. Welcome to Dark Souls. Ah, you would be Lord Eliwood, yes? Our deepest thanks for coming to the aid of our fair village. That would be really cool, Roy with black hair. But I doubt that Roy would change hair color. Sadly, because I still think it would have been nice if the... Well, okay, for Lucina, I guess it's kind of iconic, the blue, but thinking of Shigure from Fates, I don't really feel a reason... Well, I guess I shouldn't say that because I haven't played the DLC. Maybe that's the reason, but Fate's story was bad anyway, so what's the point? Think nothing of it. It's the Lord's duty to protect the citizenry. Would that were true, my lord. The good folk of Lahus know no such protection. lost in thoughts. The Marquess, Lord Darren, is too busy preparing for war. He ignores all complaints of bandits and thieves. Preparing for war? Are you sure? I would not lie, my lord. My brother lived in Lahus until a few days ago. His home was torched and he had no choice but to flee here. According to him, Lahus could go to war any day now. It's all the people of Lahus are talking about. Lord Eliwood, if this is true, the situation is a grave one indeed. The word indeed was not written there, but they said it anyway. Oops, wrong button. If Marquess Lahus is readying for war, his target is most likely another Lyncian territory. Perhaps this is connected to Lord Albert's disappearance. My father and Marquess Lahus? It seems a tenuous connection, but it's a good start. It's a good start as any. Let us travel to Lahus. We must learn more. Thank you for your guidance, Eben. Where are you bound for next? If you have no destination in mind, perhaps you could travel with us. Sure. I was a small group with a single purpose, to find my father. I do not know where our road will lead, but we would be stronger with you in our company. You will travel with us? Splendid. Thank you. I pray we give you no cause to regret your decision. Rebecca, where do you think you're going, young lady? Father, I intend to accompany Lord Eliwood. Don't be ridiculous, girl. Lord Eliwood is not going on a picnic, he's riding into danger. I know that, Father. That's why I want to go. We owe him our lives, and I want to repay him. My bow may not be all that much, but I know I can be of service. But... And Father, I may meet up with my brothers somewhere. You're the magistrate. You have responsibilities. This is all I can offer. I need to do this. Please, Father, let me go. Dear me, you're just as stubborn as your mother was. I'm sorry, Father. You must bow to Lord Eliwood's wishes on this matter. If he consents, you may go. Thank you, Father. Lord Albert has always been kind to us. Follow his son with a true heart, Rebecca. Serve Lord Eliwood well, as I have served his father. I will, Father. Let's go. Taking leave. Save. Birds of a feather. Gotta check the time. Okay, can still go for 2 more hours. After speaking with the village magistrate, Eliwood and company set their sights on Laos. The road from Ferre to Laos passed through Santarus. Eliwood suspects his missing father must have visited Santarus en route to Ostia. Eliwood arranges a meeting with the local ruling lord to see what he can learn. Let's see what we can learn. Birds of a feather. Ooh. Santarus Castle. What? Eliwood is here? Yes, he has set camp up on a hill south of here. He seeks permission to enter Santarus. He seeks an audience with you. Could it be? Do you think Eliwood's come to ask of his father? If that's the case, I know not what to tell him. Tell him you know nothing and let him be on his way. Yet, I know young Eliwood well. His father Albert and I are old friends. I've no children of my own and I've always treasured Eliwood. I do not believe I could look him in the eye and... I could not lie to him. I could not. We've no choice then. Let us chase the boy away. If you do not speak with him, you needn't tell lies. Wait, do you mean to harm Ellwood? Not harm, frighten. A scratch or two will leave no scars. He will run home to Foray and be done with his adventure. He is, after all that Foray has left. Instead of entering La Housse with such a small group, we should meet with Marquess Centerus and request his assistance. I see the sense in that. It's a good plan, Eben. Truly so. I tell you again, I'm pleased to have you with us. Lord Hellman. He's not only my father's friend, I have known him since I was a child. I'm sure that he will help us. What? Lord Ellwood, beware. Noble sirs, alms for a poor villager. Poor villager, you look nothing like an honest man. Clear the road. Step quickly or... Step quickly? Good advice, maybe it's you who should follow it. What? Someone wants the boy in an early grave. A shame if you ask me, but he'll die here today. Come on boys, earn your keep. That's a lot of enemies. Here we go again, eh, Eben? Just like old times. Seems our fates are bound. Natalie? Oh, she's still in Foray. I'm working for you this time, so she's not to be worried. Got my axe, Eben. Yes, Dorcas. That I will. Okay, we got a vendor here. Do you have an armory? Yes, over there. Okay, let's start with having Marcus visit this village. Let's go. You look like you've some experience with battle. No need to conceal it. I've fought in many a battle in my time, I assure you. Let me tell you one thing about combat, though. The most important thing is technique. If you've no skill, you rarely strike your enemy. My instructor gave me this secret book long ago. Wow, item name drop. It will improve your fighting prowess of one who... It will improve the fighting prowess of one who reads it. I'm too old to make use of it, so why don't you take it? I got a secret book. Nice. Well, we might as well just start. This guy's got just an iron axe, nothing to worry about in that case. Oh, Ellwood can reach. But I have an idea. Yes, over there. Take. Drop. Yes, good. Pro strats. Visit. It's really important to trust your companions, right? If you have a boon companion fighting at your side, you feel stronger and more confident. Who do I think make good companions for whom? Well, I'm a fortune teller, so I could do readings, but... They're telling me to go figure on my own. Okay. There we go. Dorcas. Nope. Poke. There we are. So, need to do the same thing once more. There we go. I see what you did there. It's almost it's almost embarrassing to admit that I had to think for a second. Let's see. Dorcas, guard me. Oh, guard Rebecca. Item. Equip. Oh, let's just put low end there instead. Item. Wait, no. I do not have anything but the javelin and the steel lance that is on Marcus. Sure, let's just put you over here with the steel sword instead. Okay. This way, and turn. Of course you're attacking Elliewood. Oh no, I got hit. No damage run. Failed. Strength, skill, speed, and resistance. Ooh. Elliewood really wants to be good. Over there. There. How much can you heal? Okay, not enough. Let's do this. We need more training for Rebecca. I won't hesitate, bitch. Just had that pop up in my head, so I had to say it. Because it's also Rebecca. If I remember correctly. Right, portrait, go there. Dorcas, you can go up all the way here. Ah, he puts up a good fight for a pampered noble pup. It's up to me to finish him. Finish him. Oh, he's moving. The objective... route, or is it defeat the boss? If it is defeat the boss, I'm just gonna avoid him. How many are there? This looks... Oh ho! Hey, what's going on over there? Looks like some rough business. You, soldier! Are you just going to stand there and watch? Who do you think you are? This is Santa Ruse. What occurs here is no affair of any foreign lordling. I believe I'm going to have to disagree with you. You see, the man they're attacking happens to be a friend of mine. A friend? What? Ugh. Sorry, but I'm in a hurry. Ew, that's terrible. I loathe violence. Nicely done, my lord. You're a fighter born. I cannot condone resorting to force so quickly. Chastise me later, Oswin. First, we deal with these brigands. Come, we must help Elliewood. Help Elliewood? Sounds like a convenient excuse for more violence. Oswin! Yes, I'm coming. Actor deserves an epic voice. Matthew! Take Sarah and find some place to hide. What? With Sarah? No, I'm going with you. Except for if you meant Sarah's voice. You are not. You will slow us down. Oh, how rude. Oswin, let's go. Wow, they really did bail. They followed orders. I thought they would stay on the map. Okay, that's a surprise. And a half. Ooh. What's your starting levels? 9? Ooh, that's a really good starting. Armory? Yes. I would like 2 more iron axes. An iron sword. And I did buy 2. Iron sword. Oh yeah. Oh, that's fine. Raid. Grab these iron axes. Well, one of them, yes. 2 of them. And make your way over to Hector. Let's see. You go, Lowen. Alright, you can go right behind Lowen. Right, I could use another iron sword so that Lowen can use that as well, in order to not use up the steel one too much. Right, what was the objective? Defeat enemy. Okay, so all the enemies. In that case, does the house give avoidance? A little bit. Sure. Oh, I haven't turned on animations. This is gonna happen every single time. I should have attacked with the other one first. Oswin. Wait. There we go. Portrait, technically, too. Right. Let's start with this. Weakening down the archer. Enemy face. That's cute. The wolf bile. No. The weapon durability. The good weapons. Close to a level up. Nice. Everyone doubles the regular soldiers. Yes! Ram speed, defense and res. Nice. Dorcas can actually let Hector have the XP. Trade. Here, take this iron axe, and sure, take this hand axe too. Wait. Iron axe. Nice. HP. Can you finish this off? Yes, good. So you go back down there. Marcus can buy what I still need. Let's see. Could I use a spare iron bow? Well, I've got some iron axes. Can definitely use 2 iron lances just in case. An iron sword. I'll leave it at that for now. Right. You're still full on HP? That's good. Wait here. Can you rescue? Yes. Nice try. You wouldn't even deal any damage if he hit. Great. Okay, you guys make your way down here. Right. One's already pretty hurt. Let's see. Oops. Trade. Over Iron Lance. Iron Sword. Equip the Iron Lance. And take Rebecca. Can drop her, I guess. You should be safe over here. Block off this path. That's a kill. The enemy's got terrible hit rate. Though the HP of Elliewood aren't that high. Do I want to risk being in range of 4 enemies? Not really. How about I do this? And then position Elliewood next to him. That way he won't be in range of... Oh, he will be in range of the archer. Never mind. But... well, I've got a plan. Let's do it this way. Trade the iron sword into Lowen's hands. There. Nice dodge. I love it when you can rely on dodges actually happening every once in a while. And in this case, constantly happening for whatever reason. Because in Fates, well, there's that. What's dodging in Fates anyway? Let's see. Attack. Oh my god. Destruction. Level 3. Level 3. Rebecca's probably... Can't look at her right now, but she's probably level 3 too. Drop her? Way? No, she's level 4. Okay, in that case, perfect. Let's just give Lowen this kill. I definitely won't need to worry about Hector, because Hector is Hector. Luck and defense. I am fine with this. Yeah, still level 2, but who cares? Not like he'll be bad with any level. Would always be good. Alright. So how about it? Curses, what are you waiting for? Let me show you boys how it's done. Nice. Oof, that's so much damage that I don't want any of that. You rescue Hector? No. Oswin, can you rescue Hector? Yes. It's not like I can grab the hand axe now, so might as well just do this. 18. There's no weapon with which Lowen. How'd this go? Perfectly fine. In that case, I'll do this. Put Eliwood on top of that. Take Hector. Drop Hector. Over there. And here we are. I'm glad that I did not have Eliwood take that hit, because Eliwood would have died. Oh look, 0 damage. So, boss has 10 HP left. I think Eliwood should be fine. Items. With the Iron Lance, I guess. Wait, first let's see. You can't finish this one. Well, except for if you crit. Well, no crit. Oh well. Go over here, toss a javelin. Also when you trade the weapon from the javelin to the iron sword in case it be attacked. I'll go with this. Yikes. That was another hit. Oh, this was not so easy as it seemed. Bye, Zagan. Level up for Eliwood. HP and skill. Well. Who? Is that all of them? Oh, I think I need to take a sip so I can voice that. Hector, where do you come from?
Well met, Eliwood.
Yes, but what are you doing here?
You wound me.
How do you mean?
You're looking for your father, right? Why didn't you send word?
Your brother was just named Marquess Ostia. He's going to be very busy setting up his court council. Lord Uther must need your support. You are his brother, after all.
My brother is not so weak. Oh, he has mentioned some things in public, but he knew exactly what I was planning and he let me go.
That's so. Well then, it would be unwise to refuse his kindness. It does me good to see you, Hector. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. You know Oswin, don't you?
Well met, Lord Eliwood. It is good to see you again, Oswin. So you came as well. Yes. Yes. Lord Uther was worried about Lord Hector traveling alone. I've been ordered to keep a close eye on him. Of course. Good to have you with us. Lord Hector, why didn't you tell me the fighting was done? I apologize for the interruption. I couldn't restrain her any longer. Are these your companions, Hector?
Oh, yes, I suppose they are. One might have hoped for better, but...
That was uncalled for. I can't believe you said that. Matthew, did you hear what he said about you? Me? He was talking about you. Hector, why don't you introduce us?
The noisy one's Sarah. Believe it or not, she's a cleric.
Yes, I am Sarah. I'm Sarah, my lord. Pleased to meet you.
And that's Matthew. He does a lot of sneaking around.
My lord. Sneaking around. Well, I, gather information, open doors, chests, and such. I've got nimble fingers. That sounds like a thief's work.
Well, don't let it worry you.
But
this journey, I suspect, will be harder than you imagine. You may have to accept things like this if you want to survive.
What is it, Hector? Do you know something?
Nothing specific. Rumors abound, though. A league of assassins from Brine.
Yeah, I did make the exact same mistake every single time I read the word. Byron, not Brian. God damn it.
Has been moving around in Lycia. Experienced bounty hunters and mercenaries are vanishing.
That reminds me. One of the men who attacked us said something odd.
What was it?
Lord Ellwood, if I may.
Marcus, good to see you.
Lord Hector, it's been far too long. Your assistance is greatly appreciated.
Come now, Marcus. No need for such formalities. Tell me what you heard.
Of course. The apparent leaders of that gang of thugs. He indicated that someone was watching Lord Ellwood. That someone needed him dead.
That's troubling. Actually, the captain of the guard was watching the fight when we arrived. He was a knight of Santarus, and yet he just stood there and let the lord be attacked. I think he was planning on seeing you die.
Well, that's no good. So, Eben, what do you think? You might be right. What did I say? What did I say? Something may have happened to Lord Helmond too. Come, we must hurry to the castle.
Ellwood, who's this?
This is Eben. I require tactical aid in the search for my father and...
Oh, I see. So this is who directed the battle plan back there, huh? You know, Eben, you're very young.
Well, so are you.
We've many strategists in Ostia, but none so young. Ellwood, are you sure about this one?
Eben is still a student of military strategy, but we've received nothing but sound advice so far. Yes, I have not let a single unit die so far. Eben has my trust.
Alright, I suppose I shall witness your skills firsthand. Well met, Eben.
Hello, how you been doing, Eben? Huh? My secret's revealed? Oh, that. Yeah, it's true. My guise as a common thief was but a ruse. I've served House Ostia for some time as a spy of sorts. Surprised? Well, regardless, it looks like we'll be traveling together again. Here's to our mutual survival. Eben, is it really you? It's been far, far too long. You missed me, didn't you? Of course you did. I knew it. Didn't I tell you before? I'm in the employ of Ostia, Lycia's ruling territory. I'll be here to help you just like before. Aren't you lucky? Sure am. Oh boy. Getting late. Oh, technically I still got 1.5 hours left. I can do a few more chapters, maybe 1 or 2. Hollywood entered Santa Cruz only to be attacked by a strange group. In a desperate moment, he is rescued by a childhood friend, Marcus Ostia's younger brother, Hector. The Assailant's leader reveals that an unknown party seeks Hollywood's head. Hollywood cannot help but think this is related to his father's disappearance. In search of more traces of his father's footsteps, Hollywood sets out for the castle of Lord Hellman, the Marquess of Santa Cruz. Well. Chapter 13, In Search of Truth. How nice of it to wait until I'm finished talking. Master Ephidel, what is the meaning of this? Peace, Lord Hellman. Whatever is wrong. You said you were just going to frighten Hollywood. You men almost killed him. My patience is at an end. I've decided I must tell Hollywood everything and apologize. You would betray us? I'm tired of you and the Black Fang. Now remove yourself from my castle. Your presence pains me. Lord Hellman, is there nothing I can do to change your mind? Nothing! In that case, you're no longer of any use. What?
There's the castle. There's the castle, Hollywood.
We have to speak with Lord Hellman. Wow, I look at this guy and I think of Booster from Super Mario RPG. Think he looked quite similar? Whatever.
That's not gonna happen, laddie.
Who are you?
Who am I? Boy, you'd better do worry about yourself. You'll be worm's meat before much longer. You think so? I think my axe will change your mind.
Huh. The cub thinks he's a wolf. Does your bite match your bark? Tell you what, if you make it to the castle alive, we'll find out, eh?
Yeah.
Well, that's just great. Hey, you! The new dog! Get this right, or you're gone! I know. I just got this job. I don't want to lose it. Of course, the smart thing to do is... the smart thing to do would have been not to get involved with this ugly bunch. Got to have gold if I wanted to eat, though. I was too picky before. If I think about the time I passed out in Kayland, nothing funny about that. That man, what was his name? Matthew? If it hadn't been for him, I would have starved to death. Thanks for telling me how to recruit you. What you mumbling about? Get moving, or something like that. Yes, I'm coming. At least I've got work. Nice to be working with you, Eben. As a journeyman knight of Foray, I'm here to serve Lord Hollywood and you, Eben. Welcome back, Ernie. I await your command. Yeah, a small hint. Now where is he? Over here. This is not an enemy class after all. Guy with the killing edge. Alright. There's a village over here, so maybe Bartray can go visit that. Oh, you were here, okay. It's just some guy. I'm sure no one's made that joke before. Okay. Let's see. Lowen? Not the iron sword, the steel sword though. Yes, that'll do just fine. My throat hurts from voicing Hector. Level up. Learn speed and luck. There we go. Okay, right, Matthew. He is 14. Is there anything to steal in this chapter? Well, an enemy, but aside from that... Oh, I think I can steal this. Guys over there, okay. This guy too. This one's probably bait though, because he's so close to Guy. Oh well. Yeah, okay. In that case, I'll move Dorcas this way. As for Elliewood, same. Sarah, join us here. Getting a bit sleepy here. Okay. Right, I traded away the hand axe. Maybe this armory has ranged weapons. This sure would be nice to have. Let's see. Rebecca. Close. 1 damage to one damage short. But I can do this, which is also 1 damage short, but I actually just meant to poke at the enemy anyway, so... There we go. Yep. I can feel the lateness. Iron axe? Oh, right, you can't just kill him. Because you're Hector. Would you mind missing? No. You wouldn't want that, I guess. Right, you can visit this village. I should have checked before if he still got an open inventory slot, but I think he does have one. Habit. Ah, what good timing! Would you try this for me? It's an invention of a great witch. Me, it's a mine. Mario, the mine. It contains some very explosive magic. Hide it on the ground and when an enemy steps on it, kaboom! I'm still testing them, so that one's free. Come back and tell me how it works. I could do that, but you just closed the gate. for some reason I feel like I actually should use it in this chapter. Oh really, the archer is moving. One with the vulnerary, of course this one is. Items. Rip. Okay. So that's how this works. What's your power? Oh my god. 10, okay. Sure. Wait, this guy... Oh, of course. Dude got a hand axe. Wanted to lure over only this one, but... Your defense is... 5. Wait, not both of them can reach you. Only one of them can. So let's say... One's stronger. Attack 12, attack 11, so this one. They're both not gonna double her anyway. So, an attack power of 12 versus 5. You'll be fine. Right? 12 minus... So 7 and 5. Yeah, she'll be fine. Let's see if I can deal with these without having to worry too much. Your inventory still got 2 spaces, yours got 1. How about you go for the village? You break down the 3. Sure. Go kill yourself. Nice dodge. Nice dodge again. Nice. Heal. Vulnerary. There we go. Rescue. Oop, over here. Take and drop him. Wait. Wait, I can do this. That'll make things easier on me. XP for Becca. Actor. Might as well just throw a hand axe at this one. Ah, missed. Too bad. Because, yeah. Rescue. Becca. Take. Drop her over there. There, she should be fine now. You can't reach Sarah, can you? No, that's good. Okay. I was running to get some healing. Another miss. Okay. Well. Guess I could put him here with the iron axe. Wait. As well as Becca over there. Should be fine. Oh, this one's a reinforcement that just spawned, huh? In that case, I might just want to try tossing a javelin this one. This one. Well, that didn't go as well as I had hoped. Oh well. Over here. Sure. Not much of a choice. Okay, you check out the village. This will never do. Will never do. Look at the time. I must leave for Kaelin now, or my business will be ruined. Time is money after all. Hurry, hurry, rush, rush, rush. Huh? What's this? That man must have dropped it. I got a torch. Oh, what we got on the vendor? Let's see. What do we got here? Yep, we do have hand axes and javelins. How much space does he have? 2, so I can buy one of each. Yes. 1 hand axe and 1 javelin. Right here. Of course, this one's running into his doom by attacking Marcus. Right, you're shooting at Matthew, but 1 archer can't kill him. Right. And... okay. Heal. Yay. It was absolutely not necessary, but I did it anyway. There we go. Goodbye. Now, if only she had 1 more strength. Oh well. We can still deal with this. Here we are. Good thing the enemy is a Myrmidon. So I can just attack this guy here with Hector. Maybe Oswin, you want to help out? Weaken this one. For Hector. There we go. Now if Guy attacks Hector... Arnex. There we go. Good job. Let's see. The iron sword should do? No. The iron lance do? Yes. Of course. Of course. You heal up Matthew. There we go. Alright. Right there. You wait here. Maybe this axe enemy won't keep chasing. Nice try. Hi, guy. No. Well, good thing the enemy did not crit. And good thing Hector cannot double a Myrmidon. Though it was more risky than needed. Right. Do this. Come on, Rebecca. Nice try. Bye. Level up. Skill, speed, and luck. Strength would have been nice too. Weapon level increased. Come on. Don't tell me this thing lost power already. Up the cable. There it is. Apparently did lose power that quickly. There we are. Toss a javelin at this one. There we go. Strength and defense. Nice. Good job, Lowen. Fuck. Hold on. You. I know you. Isn't your name Guy? It's... that you, Matthew? What a pleasant surprise! How's your sword work coming? You're aware this isn't the best place to be catching up, aren't you? You and I, we're on opposite sides here. What? Are you saying you're going to fight me? Well, yeah, I'm much improved. You can't beat me. You're quite a terror, Guy. Well then... hold on. I think I'd prefer it if you repaid what you owe me. Huh? Last time I saw you, I gave you food. If I remember correctly, you said you owed me your life. I only said that cause you said you'd feed me if I did. I hadn't eaten in 10 days, and you were cooking meat. This isn't fair. The people of Sakai never lie, isn't that right, Guy? Fine. I finally find work, and now I have to throw it away. This is all your fault. Yay. You're gonna find a better job on this side of the battlefield, Guy. No, I'm not sure I'm gonna use you long term, because limited amount of units that you can take with you. Pulling Edge is a very nice weapon, though. Can't wait for the preparations menu to appear, and for me to get a convoy. It's gonna be so helpful. Well, let's just get rid of this one. This bandit doesn't want to leave us alone. Might as well finish him off with Marcus. Okay, Portrait. There we go. Wait, really? Item, Iron Axe. Okay, perfect. This way. There we go. Guy behind Hector. A wood next to Guy. There we go. You heal up Dorcas. Alright. Well, those are pretty much free. Free XP. Free real XP. Level up! Okay, actor. Show us what you can do. Well, you're still broken, so I guess that's fine. Go on. Take your kill. Right. Let's see. Anyone else need of healing that is not Hector? Okay, yeah, good. Because I can't reach Hector this turn. Heal up, Rebecca. Okay, take and drop. The inventory is pretty empty, so I can't buy stuff with them. Okay, Guy, you go buy me another... No. Javelin, another hand axe, another iron bow. That's fine. Your inventory is full, both of you. Hector, buy another staff. Or Sarah? Yes, okay, good. I think I'm fine for now. In that case. So does this boss have a ranged weapon? Of course he doesn't. That would be foolish. Raid. Right. Do this. And take the torch, I guess. Wait. You can take the hand axe. Keeping one inventory space open, I'm gonna take the torch back. Right here. Got a javelin, right? Yes. Yeah, maybe I didn't need to buy so many javelins. But I've got them in reserve, that's good. I don't think I've let Dorcas do a single fight in a while. Well, actually, yeah, I did, but not many. There we go. Heal up. No. Fine. Wait. Hollywood, use your rapier. Okay, I'll just position him in the range then. Oh, that's not what we wanted to do. There we go. Wait. Not like he got different weapons. Okay, over here. Let's start poking at the... Okay, never mind. Let's not do that then. You grab yourself the bow.
You've done well to come this far, laddie.
What is Marquess? Where's Marquess Santaruz?
I imagine he's on his way to a better place.
Wretched cur. Yeah, I did amazing with that emotion play. Wretched cur. Yeah, I guess if I only get into one character, I think I could do it better. Also, if I were not sleepy. Yeah, I think I'll end after this one. That would be a kill. I do not like that idea. Marcus? Your steel lance? Oh. Sure, that's perfect. He recovers HP beyond 20. Now he attacks Marcus.
What's this? You've made it this far? Oh, I paid too much for that worthless pack of sellswords.
1. And a 2. Only 1 HP left. So pretty much anyone could pick you up now, which is exactly what I will do. Or half Ellie would do. Or someone else, depending on if Ellie would misses. Let's go. Oh, crit. You go, Hollywood.
You've beaten me, but you're too late to save him. Too bad, eh, lady?
Dead. Level up. Right. Oh, he's called Boys. Didn't pay attention which stats increased. Can I seize with Hector? No. Give up Hector. Magic skill and what was it? Luck? I don't know. Great. Luck was higher than that. It wasn't luck. Give you a secondary healing stave. Okay, cease. Lord Hellman.
Is that you, Elliewood?
Hold on, my lord.
I must apologize. Your father, he...
You know something, sir.
If I hadn't told Albert about Darren's plans, this would never have...
Lord Hellman.
Go to Lahas. Darren, the Marquess of Lahas, knows all.
Marquess Lahas?
I'm sorry, Elliewood. I can't.
Hold on.
You were the Black Fang.
Lord Hellman.
He's gone.
Can't be. Lord Hellman. Why? Why did this happen?
Blast. What is going on?
We go to Lahis. We must speak to the Marquess of Lahus, Lord Darren.
You're right. We should leave quickly. I'm not sure how far we can get today, but I can't sit still.
Pardon me. If I may. Who are you? I'm the steward of the St. Rus. With our lord gone, what are we to do?
First, you'll give your Lord Helman a proper burial. After that, I'm sure the Lyncian Council will have to meet. Stay here and defend the castle until you hear more.
I understand. Let's go. We must keep moving.
Yes, and now we seek answers from Marquess St. Rus too. Or Marquess St. Rus too.
Lord Halman, may you find peace. That side quest, yes. I don't know what I did in order to be able to have the side quest, but... Dying words of Lord Halman. Save the game. More like create a restore point. Right. Yes. The restore point has been created. Fine. Okay, enough for today. We'll continue on next week, next Friday. At around the same time. And tomorrow will most likely be another stream of Bloodborne, though I first need to find out how, well, I will stream either way, but it would be great if I could find a way to have the frame rate not lag in order to have the stream actually be enjoyable. Well, that's for me to see if I can find something for tomorrow. In any case, that's it for this time for the stream of Fire Emblem, the Blazing Sword. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, bye bye.